Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Chair Yoga with Anna at Irie Bliss here at high noon. We're going to begin with a practice today just to energize our bodies and calm the mind. And we're going to begin by sitting down in a chair. So grab a chair. Maybe you want to place a blanket underneath your bottom to lift your hips up a little bit so they're a little bit higher than your knees if that's more comfortable for you. Place your feet comfortably on the floor, just grounding your feet in. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to begin just by tuning into our breath and going inward by closing our eyes, relaxing in our chair and feeling our sits bones just ground in. And you can kind of just sway back and forth, and you can feel those two pelvic points just grounding into the chair. You can feel the earth support your feet as it supports the chair, as the chair supports you. So closing your eyes, begin to breathe in and out of your nose. Just your normal breathing. You're sitting up nice and tall. If it feels good to you, you can bring your shoulders up to your ears and then just let them roll down. And just taking a moment here as you continue to breathe through your nose, you can start to lengthen the inhales and exhales. And as you inhale, feel that breath go in and expand the chest, expand the belly. And as it exits, feel that breath draw all the way up through the crown. And if it feels good to you, take that exhale out the mouth. So you can take a nice deep inhale and out the mouth and just sigh it out. Bringing our hands together at heart center, I invite you to set an intention at this time. It's with this intention that we take through our practice and take with us once we're done with our practice and get into our day or afternoon. So it could just be anything that pops to mind, maybe a word, something you want to work on. I'm just taking a moment here for me, sitting in gratitude as I guide your practice. And then just keeping your eyes open, bring your hands down to your lap and just let them relax there. Continue to lengthen the inhales and exhales. And visualize yourself just rooting into the earth with every inhale. And with every exhale, you release what no longer serves. Feel your chest rise and belly rise as you inhale. Feel that breath draw all the way down to the base of the spine, and exhale. Feel your belly fall, chest falls. And flutter your eyes open, and we begin by gathering our hands, coming up above our heads. Bring our palms together as we inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Nice deep inhale, bring the palms up above your heads. Exhale, press the walls away. Inhale, palms come up. Maybe you can look at your fingertips. Exhale, bring the palms back down to heart center. And inhale, palms rise. Exhale, press the walls away. And from here, bring that left arm over the left ear. And exhale, release your arm. Other arm over. And both arms come up. Maybe you look up at your fingertips. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Beautiful. Place your hands on your lap, and let's get into our ankles and just getting into the ankle joint movement, just rotating the ankle. Any direction is fine, and then going the opposite direction. And just starting to get our joints a little bit juicy. Other ankle, so we can just start to mobilize ourselves a lot easier as we get into our different joints and muscles. Kind of like the Tin Man in the morning. You get up and wake up stiff. As soon as you start moving everything and get into everything, you start mobilizing much more easily. Okay, so placing both feet back on the floor, we're going to take our left knee towards our left shoulder and release. Take the other one towards the right shoulder. So right knee to right shoulder and release. From here, just extending the legs out. Inhale your arms up. Do a full body stretch here. Reach through the fingertips. Reach with your feet. You can lift your feet and legs if you'd like. And then release, coming back. From here, taking that right knee and starting to just get into the pelvic joint and doing circles with your knee, just drawing little circles. You can go bigger circles, and then the other way around, and then bringing that leg down, going into the right hip joint, drawing little circles with your knee, any direction. You can go bigger if you want, if that feels good to you. Just all depends on your mobility, and then going the opposite direction. And then I just want to remind everyone, you can place your leg back down, that, you know, if your feet are hanging off the chair, it's always nice to have a block or two blocks. I just have one, but placing a block here and grounding the feet in helps. Or if you don't have a block, you can use a book to lift your feet, and so you feel much more grounded. All right, so from here, going into our pelvic circles. On the inhale, we're just going to rotate our torso around our pelvic bowl. And just moving around, and if it feels good, you could bring your shoulders into it. Taking an inhale and an exhale as you move. And you're just connecting with your body. You can even close your eyes if you want. One more around, and then we'll go the opposite direction. And you can place your hands anywhere on your lap, anywhere that feels good. And then just moving your shoulders. And again, listening to your body. So if something doesn't feel good, don't do it. Yoga shouldn't cause additional pain if you're feeling any. And then coming back to center. It should feel good. So if anything doesn't, or your body's telling you don't do that, then it's good to listen. Okay, so from here, let's do some shoulder rolls. Inhaling and bringing the shoulders up towards the ears and rolling them back. And then extending the arms out on the inhale. Exhale, bring the palms towards the chest. Inhale, bring them back out. Exhale, bring them back in. And then just release. Open up the chest, bring the arms back. Exhale, bring the arms up. Palms come up, parallel to the ears. Exhale, let it all go. From here, bring the hands to the lap. To your lap, placing your hands on your knees. And we're going to get into our cat-cow sequence, just warming up the spine. So on the inhale, you're going to lead with your heart forward. Maybe gaze rises. Exhale, curving the spine. Chin comes towards your chest. Inhale, lead with the heart. Gaze rises. Exhale, heart melts inward, chin moves towards your chest, shoulders move forward. Inhale, lead with the heart, chest opens up. Exhale,
curving the spine, chin moves towards your chest.
And then just continue with this movement. You can also close your eyes if that feels good. You know, sometimes, just closing our eyes helps us connect more to the breath and the movement because we're not distracted by anything that we're looking at. So it's just nice to sometimes close the eyes as you're moving with your breath. All right, so from here, if you have your eyes closed, flutter them open and come back to center. Let's inhale our arms up. Interlace your fingers, flip the palms, press the palms up, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lengthen, pressing up, and then take that arch towards the left side. And then come back to center. Inhale, lengthen the spine up towards the sky, and then take that arch over to the right side. And then come back to center. Take your arms back down, release your hands, bring them back, open up the chest. Shoulders back, collarbone is nice and broadened. And then relax your arms at your side. Beautiful. From here, let's take that left knee towards the left shoulder. And then the right knee to right shoulder. And then release. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, let it all go and shake it out. All right, so let's extend our arms out. And from here, we're going to bring that left arm across the chest and pull it towards us as we place our palm on our bicep. And just bring that right palm towards us, opening up that shoulder. It's kind of like threading the needle in a way. Seated, and then bring that arm back out, extend both arms out, bring that right arm across the chest, and then pull the arm towards your left shoulder. And then release, bring your arms back out, bring your hands and palms up above the head, and exhale, release. Inhale, bring the arms back up, bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, press your head into your palms, ground your feet in, lengthening the spine on the inhale, and exhale, bring the elbows together, just towards one another. Inhale, bring the chest wide open as the elbows open up. Exhale, as the elbows come together. One more time as you inhale, widen up those elbows. Exhale, bring them back together. And then one more time, bringing them back out, releasing the hands and bringing them by your side. All right, so if it feels good to move the shoulders, you could do that and shake it out. Sometimes that can just feel like a lot on the shoulders, but it's so good to just open them up. All right, so next we're going to get into our sun salutation. So setting up nice and tall. You can bring your feet about hip distance apart, making enough room for your torso when you fold over. If you would like, you can place a block in front of you. If you don't want to fold all the way over, remember you can place a blanket over your lap or a pillow. Or you can just stop halfway if that feels good to you. So lots of options in our forward fold. So again, forward folding all the way, folded forward. We can land our hands onto the floor, lightly touching our ankles or on a block or a book. Or we can just place our hands on our lap and just halfway fold over. And then again, using a pillow or a blanket to help that to support your torso in that forward fold. Okay, so let's get started. Let's take the inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms fold forward, torso folds forward, forward fold. Okay, again, so here, torso melting on your lap. Again, you can place your hands on a block. I'm going to remove the block.
placing my hands on the floor, and then just take a moment here just to hang over your lap. You can ragdoll here by grabbing elbow to elbow or bicep to bicep, and just let your head hang. Let gravity take it, and then on the next inhale, we're going to bring our fingertips over to our shins. We're going to lift the chest. Gaze is just a couple feet in front of you. Bring the shoulders back, lengthen the spine. And then from here, placing our hands on our lap, coming all the way back up to seated. Beautiful. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for your half lift. Fingertips on the shins or palms on the shins. Shoulders move back, lengthen through the spine, and then place your hands on your lap, tucking in the elbows, coming all the way back up. Adding another movement. Inhale, arms come up. Parallel to the ears, reaching up through the fingertips. Exhale, hinge forward just halfway here. And just making an angle with our bodies. Feet are nice and grounded. Ground the heels in. Lengthen your spine through the crown. Lengthen the base of the spine. It's kind of like it's moving towards the floor. And then gently bring the hands together. Bring them to heart center and come back to seated. Nice. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for your half lift here. And then gently come back up to seated. Take a moment here. Take that left knee to left shoulder. Next is your right knee to right shoulder. And release. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, let it all go. And bring the arms back. Open up the shoulders. Open up the chest. So scapulas are just working towards each other. And then bringing your hands to your side, mountain pose. Lengthening the spine, reaching up towards the ceiling through the crown. Base reaches towards the earth, lower back. And then feet are nice and grounded. All right. So from here, let's stand and get into some standing postures. So you can do this behind your chair. I'll just get behind the chair. And so you can start pedaling your feet. Actually, can you see me better this way? Maybe you can see me better this way. Start pedaling your feet and coming onto your tiptoes and lifting your heels. So pressing into the toes, kind of like you're wearing a really high pair of stilettos. Just pressing into the toes and then bringing the heels down. Actually, I would never wear them this high. I would probably fall, but it feels good to press into the toes because we don't usually do this movement. Okay, so heels come all the way back down. From here, take the left leg back and just gently lift it. Lift it behind you, just holding on to the chair. Maybe pointing the toe, flexing the foot, and see how that feels. And then bring that leg back. Right leg moves back, just lifting gently. And then bring that leg back. From here, just take a moment and bring your feet a little bit more than hip distance apart. Feet are parallel to each other, and we're just going to take a squat. So bring the bottom down. And just like you're sitting in a chair, and then pressing back up all the way to standing. Inhale again, and then take a seat. And then coming back to standing one more time, take a little seat. You could do this behind the chair too. And then coming back to standing. All right, so let's inhale our arms up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, arms come up. Interlace the fingers And from here, just release the pointer finger. Inhale, lengthen, keep the shoulders away from the ears, and then take that arch over to the left side. And then come back to center. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, those pointer fingers up towards the sky, arching over to the right. And then come back to center, releasing the hands, the arms, floating them back down. Bring them behind you, interlace the fingers, and then we're going to pull those wrists down towards the earth. So in this movement here, so again, we can bring the palms together if that's accessible to you. This here too is also fine. So if you don't have to bring the palms together, or you could just reach back. You can also use a strap. So I have a strap here. So you could use this as well, or a kitchen towel, or even the rope of a robe. You could use that. And then release. Okay. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, let the arms float down. Inhale, arms come up again, reach up, and this time we're going to sit in a chair. So taking our feet, stacking our knees over our ankles, and then we're going to hinge at the ankles, bringing our bottoms down like we're hovering over a chair. So from here, you can actually place your hand on the chair and just sit down, or you can have both arms up, sitting, hovering over an invisible chair behind you. And then bring the weight into the heels. Again, if this is too much for your arms, you can bring your arms forward, or you can place them on the chair. So I'm going to just bring my arms up parallel to my ears. I'm going to sit down in our invisible chair, and then I'm going to ground the heels in and stand all the way back up. Bring the palms together. Exhale. Bring it back to heart center. Beautiful. Take an inhale here. Arms come up. Exhale, let it go, and we're going to get into downward facing dog. So I'm just going to push the chair a little bit forward. We're going to place our hands on the back of the chair, take a few steps back, bring the hips back towards moving in the opposite direction as your arms. Arms reach forward, hips move back, stretching the spine in opposite directions. Soften the knees. Arms are nice and parallel with the ears. Shoulders are away from the ears. And then gently standing, coming back up behind the chair. All right, so let's do a balancing pose. We're going to do standing toe stand supported by the chair. So we're going to come all the way back up to our toes, and we're going to start to hinge the knees. Bring the bottom down. Holding onto the chair, press into the toes, but bring your chest up. Shoulders are back. You can do it. It's a nice balancing posture here. Press into the toes, and then press all the way back up, and bring the heels back down. And we're going to repeat, but take a nice inhale. Up come the palms. Exhale, release, and let it go. Repeating again. Hands on the back of the chair. We're going to take it a little step ahead this time. Come onto the toes. And then start to hinge the knees, bringing your bottom down, pressing into the toes. So knees feel like they move forward as you press into the toes. Bring your bottom down, raise the chest, shoulders move back. So your weight is towards the heels, even though the heels are pressing towards the toes. And then here, if you want to play with the balance, keeping one hand on the chair, you can reach forward. If you want to take it a little further, it's a good balancing posture. So from here, take an inhale all the way up. Good job. Bring the heels down. Beautiful. Inhale, arms come up. It's really hard to do. Exhale, but with time, you get better and better. Nice. All right, so take that inhale with the left arm over the left ear and release. Right arm over right ear and release. Inhale, both arms reach up through the fingertips. Full body stretch here. Come on to the tiptoes
And release. Beautiful. Let's just sway our bodies. Gently bring the arms in. Just make sure that your arms don't hit the chair. And just relaxing the arms. All right. So you might feel your heart rate a little bit up, and that's what balancing postures do. They're awesome for the heart. And then come back to stillness. Mountain pose. Bring the shoulders back. You can close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in and out. All right, so let's get back to our chair. And let's settle in. Let's inhale our arms up, ground the feet in. Exhale, let it all go. And from here, seated pigeon pose. So bring that left ankle over the right ankle and just let that knee fall open. Okay, if it's accessible to you, you can bring the ankle onto your left thigh, right thigh. Rest the hands on the inner knee, inner ankle. Take a nice deep breath in, pull in the navel. Shoulders are back. And exhale as you start to hinge slowly forward. And you can take your gaze just a couple feet in front of you. And flex the foot here. And you will feel the switch in how the muscles move when you flex your foot. Just on the outer glute, outer thigh. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Melt in a little bit more. And then gently rise, come all the way back up, opposite side. Again, you can let the ankle rest and just let that knee fall open. Or you can bring the ankle onto your thigh, flex the foot, inhale, lengthen the spine, pull in the navel, exhale, fold forward. Another inhale in. And exhale, melt into it. So again, you want that straight line in the spine. So I'm looking up at the camera, but you really want to be just gazing a few feet in front of you, keeping that energy line of the spine nice and long and lengthened and not kinked anywhere, particularly in the neck. So if you're looking up, it kinks. So you want to just keep it straight and just looking in front of you. And then gently release, come out of it and relax. Inhale, arms come up. Let's stretch our legs out, full body stretch here. You can lift your legs and exhale, release. And just coming into seated. We just energized our bodies. We're going to come into stillness. I invite you to close your eyes. Or if it feels good and you want to keep them open, just a soft gaze at the tip of your nose or in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall, pulling in the navel on the inhale. And exhale. Just releasing and letting the body settle into your seat. You can inhale your shoulders up towards your ears and then just roll them back and let them fall. Arms and hands just rest by your sides. You can place your palms face down to ground, palms up to receive, or I invite you into a Gyan Mudra with the index fingers and thumbs touching as we settle into our Shavasana. Take a deep inhale in. Settling in, closing your eyes, and receiving all the benefits of today's practice in Shavasana as your feet ground in and relax, legs relax. Your thighs just melt into the chair, shoulders are relaxed. Scan your body for a moment and just see where you might be holding any tension. And just breathe into that area. Unclenching your jaw, relaxing the tongue, cheeks relax, eyes fall into their sockets. Maybe you can take a peek behind those cheekbones or look up to your third eye. Brows are relaxed. Complete deep relaxation. Shavasana. And as we continue to keep our eyes open and settle into this posture, just a moment of stillness. For all the hard work you put into your practice today. And begin to bring the awareness back into your body. As you keep your eyes closed, you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Just bringing that awareness back. And keeping your eyes closed, I invite you to bring your hands to heart center and join me as we bring our palms together up to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts. Down to our lips as a reminder to speak kind words, and down in front of our hearts as a reminder to live life full of love and joy. My deepest gratitude in letting me guide your practice today. In deepest gratitude, I bow to you as my heart honors yours. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the day, everyone.